I'm purposely mixed match today to hopefully better demonstrate why frappes can be a challenge for dancers who cross-train both ballet and tap. Over the years, I've noticed that frappes seem to be the biggest hang-up for anyone who is dancing both styles, tap and ballet. One of the biggest reasons I see that our frappes become a challenge is because of what we do in tap. And there are two steps specifically that we execute in tap that are very similar to our frappes. That would be our flap and our shuffle. So our flap can be done parallel or turned out. We brush, tap. If we're parallel, it's brush, tap. Now the movement is very similar to what we do for our frappes, where we are going from our flexed foot, brushing, we point though, and then we flex. So when we do our frappe, we are engaging our arch, we're resisting, and then we have to relax it to pull it back in for our flex position. Whereas when we are doing our flap, it's a contract release and we have to stop it away from us. Our other step that poses a challenge would be our shuffles, in which case we're brushing and then pulling back. When this is occurring, there are different ways to do our shuffles. Some isolate in our hip, some it's a pull up in our knee, other times we have to isolate our ankle. It's whichever is being asked of you by your instructor or whatever choreography calls for. The difference in shuffles is a whole other topic of conversation that we are not going to get into today. But the movement of a shuffle is what's important. And so doing any kind of a contract release throughout the rest of the body and that push and pull back is a bit different than what is expected of us for our frappes. When we go into our ballet class, some of the dancers I see want to relax immediately so they don't finish the frappe properly. We shortcut it instead of pointed and flexing right away. These are just some of the things that I've noticed over the years, and hopefully for our dancers who do cross-train between ballet and tap, this may make a little bit better sense as to why certain steps may be causing a challenge to execute them properly. This is not an excuse, however, to do it wrong. It is merely an awareness, and we want our dancers to be aware of what could potentially be causing the problem, so that way we can get to the root of that and better fix it. Once we know that you are cross-training, we can be a bit more aware of what your body is wanting to sometimes do just naturally and train it so it can actually perform the move that is expected of it when it's in its respective class. That's just part of the challenge of cross-training. And so hopefully that helps all of you dancers who are in the midst of those struggles. I will see you tomorrow